everyone. Thanks for tuning into my channel. I'm Kidest, and this is where I share tips, insights, guidance on manifestation and co-creation, consciousness evolution, personal development, and more. In today's post, I want to share some reminders on, the best approach to attracting and manifesting the things that you want. When it comes to setting that intention, getting clear on the outcome that you want, it really helps to develop that skill of being able to focus on what it is that you actually want. I will at times, work with individuals or hear people who approach that, a manifestation adventure, if you will, by focusing on what they don't want. This is happening and this is going wrong and I don't want this to happen, and what's going on with this, it's not working. So they have a stress-based, if you will, point of focus as they approach that work of attracting and manifesting something that they want from the quantum field or from the unified field. So it really helps to develop that skill of shifting from that stress-based focus of what you don't want, what you don't like, what you don't want to happen, what you're resisting, what you're up against, kind of. You don't want to focus on the quote unquote adversity or challenge that may be inspiring or motivating or igniting or sparking that drive to bring about something different, that drive, that want to bring something about, something that's a change, an improvement, something different than what you're experiencing. So the first thing that it really helps to do is, move out of that stress response, move out of that, I'm up against something really tough and I don't like it, I don't want it. Really bring yourself into a state of relaxation, into a state of breath regulation, self-awareness, self-regulation, so that you are coming into it from a constructive, productive, outcome-focused, solution-focused perspective. And this is something that you can develop the skill to do. This is an ability that you can develop. This is a cognitive flexibility that you can embody through effort. So if your orientation now is to approach a manifestation adventure from that state, this is a reminder, a touch point to really develop that skill of moving into the focus of what it is that you do want to attract, what it is that you do want to experience. So in coaching sessions, I'll say, okay, I understand that that's what you're experiencing now, and what we need to do is shift focus to what it is that you want to happen. So we can acknowledge and recognize what you don't like, what you don't prefer, what you no longer want to experience. We can recognize that these are the things that you are wanting to say no to, but we need to shift to a constructive focus. We need to shift to a focus where energy is moving forward. You're not tensed up and going, I don't like this, but you're going, oh, this would feel better. This would be better. This would, make my life, make my environment, make my relationships, make my community better. So shifting that focus, it's a cognitive skill. Shifting that focus toward what you do want is what allows you to begin to get really clear and set that coherent intention, that laser-like, pebble drop in the quantum field. That coherent drop of an intention comes from being clear about what it is that you do want. So if we were at a roundtable discussion, in some cosmic engineering room, and there's a benevolent presence with us that has an innate propensity to say yes to constructive, orderly, coherent, consciousness fluctuations, if you will, that benevolent presence answers to that coherent focus, that this is what I want, this is what feels better, this is what would be more orderly, this is what would be more harmonic, this is what would be more, the kind of thing that reflects a flourishing and expansion and enjoyment. That response of yes, that response that catalyzes synchronicity and all of those higher dimensional processes that bring about the change that you want, comes from that crystal clear, coherent, harmonic, orderly focus of what it is that you do want. So notice your physiology, notice your breath, notice your stance, your posture, notice your narratives. Is what you're approaching your manifestation journey from coming from that place of, this is what I want to experience instead. This is what I want to have. This is what it looks like. This is what it feels like when this is solved. This is what it feels like when this is answered and resolved in a way that really enhances, improves, enriches my life experience. So you can, it's okay that that's the starting point if that's where you're coming from, but you have to give yourself that opportunity to pause and go, okay, I recognize that I'm, in a state of tension. Tension is what brings up that kind of, I don't like this, I don't want this, I can't do this, or any of that kind of response, any of that kind of narrative and expression. So give yourself the moment, the opportunity to really come out of that state. You can do what I like to call a brain dump. Just, put it out onto paper, let it out, and then take that opportunity to go, okay, so what is the solution to these, complaints and objections that I have about where reality is at? What are the solutions? What would be that forward movement? What would be that positive outcome? What would be that solution? What would be that improvement? What would be that desired change? And list those. And then that list of the change, the improvement, the solution is what you give your attention to moving forward. That's where that's the touch point you use as your self-regulation touch point. Am I in that focus of the solution? Am I in that resonance of the desired outcome? Am I calibrated and expressing from the expression of the thing that I want to experience instead of what I don't want? So you have to take that physiological cognitive journey from I don't want to I want. And from that point of, this is what I want, this is what I can attract, this is what I can manifest, you can go on that 5 milestone co-creation journey that I teach in my books and in my courses. So I wanted to bring about that touch point. It really helps to make the effort and take that shift, take that opportunity to shift into the framework, the frame of reference, where you are coming from a place of constructive forward movement, the solution, the desired outcome, the resolution, the change, the improvement, the enrichment, and move forward from there. When it comes to co-creation and communicating with non-local intelligence, with the broader field, with the broader intelligence of the universe, it's those coherent, orderly expressions that really register or elicit a response from the quantum field. Coherence is an important catalyst, if you will, to bringing about, to attracting the sort of higher dimensional responses from universal intelligence, from the unified field. So I wanted to provide that touch point. If you are, actively working to bring about new intentions, I highly recommend taking my Manifestation Masterclass. It's over 5 hours that can help you sort of, in a structured fashion, move through all of the different energy management, self-regulation skills that really help you have consistently successful manifestation experiences. So that resource is there for you. Until next time, if you are new to my channel, remember to hit that subscribe button so that you are notified when I post new tips, new guidance, new insights on manifestation, consciousness of evolution, personal empowerment, and more.